Hello everyone, this is me, Adalisa Sarate, and I am trying to do an art video. Only that for once, my kitty Hey Hey is not being very cooperative, and for the see, she knows her name. She knows precisely when I am talking bad about her. Hey Hey, don't. And on the second, my tripod is not cooperating either. But let's see if this time it comes in. So I am drawing fan art. You can see the blue lines because this is attempt number 5 to record this. So I had already managed to do something. And it is fan art of Scorpia from Shira and the Princesses of Power, because after I saw season 7, I fell in love with the series. Well, I fell in love with the series when I saw season 1. But season 5 was epically amazing, and even people who don't like the series much for various reasons, cut dun, 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 cut. Even people who don't like the series for various reasons, be it the fact that they have nostalgia for the old one or they don't like the art very much, agree that Scorpia is love. So today I'm doing Scorpia. And because I can't put music because, copyrights and everything, I thought, well, why not talk a little bit about Scorpia, about the TV series, and why I think the new Shira is so important and so groundbreaking, even if you do not like the series much. When I stop is because I am checking references, because I love Scorpia, but I did not learn her by heart. And I am trying, I'm going to be trying very hard not to talk about a lot of spoilers, because first I have friends who have told me that they are just in seasons 1 or 2. They were waiting to be able to watch the whole thing. And in the other hand, well, if after what you hear here, what you see here, you want to watch it, I want you to watch it as cleared, um, as cleared minded as you can. So no spoilers, I hope. So, Shira and the Princess of Power is a remake of Shira, Princess of Power, part of the He-Man and the Masters of Universe franchise, only that this Shira is not part of that continuity. It's a completely independent series with a completely independent uh, mythology, which is amazing, but anyway. That a lot of people were a little bit, let's say, dubious, because, well, the art is completely different. The original art was, if I remember correctly, rotoscoped over models, and because, let's admit, it was made to sell toys, every single woman looked exactly the same. Same silhouette, more or less same cut of dress. There were some exceptions like Shadow Weaver, whom I am also going to draw at some point because, oh my god, Shadow Weaver. But in general, all of them have the exact same corset plus miniskirt. And this is not a criticism of the series. I mean, I like the series. I watched the series religiously. I wanted to be Shira. I wanted to play with my friends who unfortunately always wanted to play only He-Man, and so you had to be Tila, but that's a story for another day. Um, anyway, in that series, it was more important to sell the toys than to actually tell a story. And this is, again, this is not me saying if you like more the old Shira or if you like the old Shira, you are wrong. This is me just stating a fact. That's how that's how cartoons were back then. They wanted to sell you something, and they were going to do everything needed to do that. New Shira is actually based more story based than toy based because there are no toys. Well, there are a few toys. Mattel made a few toys, but they are not here in Mexico yet, and they don't have the whole characters. Anyway, because of that, characters have the chance to have more diverse body types, and that has been another issue with the fandom. Let's leave it at that. And one of the most changed silhouettes was Scorpia. The others were Glimmer and Spinnerella, but we will talk about Glimmer and Spinnerella and Frosta in another time when I actually draw them. If you want me to draw them, if you want me to do these videos. Scorpia went from typical shrill villain of the Horde. Every single one of the villains of the Horde, with the exception of Shadow Weaver, were the same thing. Heavy makeup, always hating everybody, never friendly, not even to their own allies. In particular, Scorpia, the original Scorpia, had this garishly horrible green eye shadow, and hated Catra with a passion. And that was it. That was everything about Scorpia. She was a scorpion lady. She had a tail. I am forgetting to draw the tail. How do I dare to forget to draw the tail? And that was it. She was evil. She was part of the Horde. And she had little to no personality besides those little facts that I mentioned. This is not the case with the new Scorpia. First of all, she is a tall, muscular lady. If you like tall, muscular ladies, Scorpia is going to be your jam. And well, regarding her personality, I think that she describes it best writing her first line. Let me warn you, I'm a hugger. She loves everyone. She hugs Catra the very first moment she meets her. She loves the other Horde cadets, Kyle, Rogelio, and Lonnie. She loves them. She even managed to get along with the rebellion in a very weird way. The first time she actually faces them. Of course, she is a loyal Horde soldier for story reasons that I won't go into right now because spoilers. But that doesn't make her evil. And that's a very interesting thing of the new She-Ra. Evil is not as black and white as it was in the original series. I think the pencils are done. Sorry. No, Kitty, do not touch the tripod. Evil, yes, of course, we have the good versus evil plot because Hordak and the Horde are evil, She-Ra and the Rebellion are good, but most of the Horde soldiers, actually most of the Horde that we meet, and I repeat, I'm trying to be a little bit vague, but not too vague. If you have seen the series, you know what I mean. But my cat, I love her, I really do. Most of the Horde are what we would call punch clock villains. First, we know from the very, very first episode that the Horde has a very good propaganda machine. This is the only series in which you will hear the words "princesses are evil" and cut. Sorry, guys. We are having some pets requested. You can probably hear her purring. I don't because I'm wearing headphones. I was saying, they are taught that the princesses are evil and that the Horde is actually liberating Eteria. which makes a very interesting point for Adora when she realizes that she's the only one who actually bought that particular propaganda. Everybody else is pretty much aware that the nickname for the horde is the evil horde, except Scorpio. And here we go again. Scorpia, this is a little bit of a spoiler for season 1, I'm sorry. But season 1, 5 years ago. Scorpia is a princess in this version. She is part of the horde, but she is from a royal family in Eteria. The very first family that was... Sorry, I'm trying to fix this, and hey, just don't let me. She is part of the royal family of the Scorpions, of the original Fright Zone before Hordak arrived. And her family took one glass at the Horde and said, yeah, nope, we are not doing this. This is definitely not our jam. So we are going to, we're going to ally with you. At least that is what Scorpia thinks. She says that her family gave up their runestone, the Black Garnet, because it was for the best. Later we find that that may not be the case, but it's not something that the series really goes into because there are a little more important things to care about. Because of this, Scorpia is a little bit of an outsider for the Horde, in the sense that you get the idea that she is not a force captain because she is evil and she is ready to fight, but because she is, after all, a hostage. And that pretty much gives on how she relates to all of her horde mates. She doesn't know, of course. She believes that her family did the best they could by making her a soldier, by raising her as a soldier in the horde. But that doesn't make her evil. In fact, she is incredibly loyal to her friends. That is a lot of her conflict. She, at some points, she has to choose between letting Catra be incredibly self-destructive and, doing what a good friend would do, because she is Catra's friend, and that's something that unfortunately people tend to ignore when shipping or when caring about the end game of the series. And here I have to go into a little teeny bit of spoilers. You see, one of the main subjects of She-Ra are relationships and how they can be a little bit toxic sometimes. And I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. I am trying to figure out how to say this. Scorpia is one of the best friends you can have. She is supportive. She will go behind you. She will be behind you all the time. She will let you run. She will hug you when you need it. She will even try to give you your space when you need it. Although she's not very good at that part, she she makes a Catra burrito at some point, because Catra is having a lot of stress in her plate, and that is so beautiful. But the thing here is, and where I go, as good a friend Scorpia is, she's also amazingly supportive to Entrapta, even if she has absolutely no idea of what Entrapta is talking about when she starts talking about science and tech and the first ones. Scorpia is there to help. Scorpia is there to nod. Scorpia is there to smile. Scorpia is there to make sure that Entrapta eats, that Entrapta takes a little bit of rest, and that is so nice of her. That is so cute of her. But at the same time, neither Entrapta nor Catra are as good friends as a Scorpia to Scorpia as Scorpia is to them. In the case of Entrapta, it's not because Entrapta is a bad person either. It is because Entrapta, because of her personal issues, is not sure how friendship works. She, I really need to talk about Entrapta in another time because Entrapta is wonderful. And that's something I never thought I'd say because I started the first series not liking her much. Anyway, so Entrapta tends to ignore that Scorpia is there. I mean, she knows Scorpia is her friend. She cares for Scorpia, but when she gets into her science moments, she completely ignores that Scorpia is around. And Catra, on the other hand, Catra is a terrible friend. Catra is selfish. Catra is violent. Catra insults Scorpia every single chance she has, and yet Scorpia doesn't waver. Scorpia is there for Catra every single time. To the very point that when Catra falls from Hordak Grace, and everybody in the horde turns her back to Scorpia, turns back to Catra. Sorry. Scorpia not only stays with Catra, but even considers betraying the horde for Catra. Little bit of spoilers, yes. I am not going to explain how that happens. This is season 3 stuff. But she does consider that. And we're talking about Scorpia, who defines herself for her loyalty. That's her thing. She's loyal, she's friendly, and she's a great hugger. So just imagine how attached she is to Catra, how much she loves Catra. Because yes, it's a little bit of love too. That she's willing to throw that just for her kitten. And well, one of the beautiful things of that arc is Scorpia realizing how Catra does not treat her as a friend the way Scorpia treats Catra as a friend. And that's something that I don't see a lot in children's series, especially not children's series which have the underlying point of you have to forgive everyone. I want to talk a lot more about this, but I just realized that the video is getting a little long, and I want to put this on YouTube to try to test the waters. So for now, this is it. There's not going to be extras. When I finish this, I'm going to put it on my Instagram, Lookshine Draws, and my Twitter, Lookshine, which if you follow me there, I will love you forever. And well, if you want me to do more of these videos that are completely raw, I may even do some Facebook Live. And I love you guys. Bye bye.